So what does the judge, Sherry Stevens, have to decide about whether she should get a chance to be out in 25 years?
Well, Robin, good morning, and hasn't it been a long and winding road to justice? Of course, as you said, death penalty off the table. The judge really only has two things to choose between. One is, in our common lingo, life without parole. They don't call it parole there. They get mad if you say life without parole, but that's what it is. It's life without the possibility of a release, or life with a possibility of release after around 25 years. However, that's tricky too, Robin. It's not going to be 25 years. She's already done a few years. She's got that under her belt, plus she'll get out earlier than 25 years. We're probably looking at 17, 18 years from now.
In making this decision, then, does Jodi Arias get to stand up and talk? What are we likely to see?
What I really think we'll see, of course, Arias always has a chance at elocution to speak without being cross-examined. But we're also going to hear victim impact statements, and that means the Travis Alexander family. They have sat back for the most part, never heard, always seen. They left their families, their jobs, their incomes to come to the courthouse, be there every day of both trials. And now they're finally going to get to talk unfettered.
You know, it stands to be almost a spectacle, I would think, in that this current judge didn't let us see things as they were happening. We only got to know afterward. But the sentencing is different.
Well, I think it's because it's not up to the whim of a jury. There's no remote way that televising it or having cameras in the courtroom can affect the outcome, even remotely. I'm always suspicious when judges don't allow cameras in the courtroom. It's like, what don't you want us to see? The trial has plodded on in a circuitous manner. I think that it was mishandled by the judge in that you'd have trial for a few days, then you'd head off.
Is this the same judge then?
It's just like fits and starts, and no wonder it was so difficult getting a verdict.
Okay, so this is the same judge that made that decision. Do you
same
have,
judge.
and we don't want you to suppose anything, but do you have an inkling of what you think this judge will probably go with for Arias?
I really think she's going to do life without the possibility of parole. But it ain't over yet, because Arias will then start a long round of appeals, a Twitter campaign, a Facebook campaign, an online presence. She's making lots of money behind bars with her artwork, and I did that in quotes, because she basically traces things out of magazines and sells them for thousands of dollars.
Oh my gosh.
She's got a lot of love-lorn suitors that send her money and write her. Don't count Arias out.
Nancy Grace. So that is going to be at 11:25 Eastern. We will start our coverage of that sentencing. Mike Alanos will handle it, and Nancy Grace will be here as well to walk you through what to expect and the reaction after it does happen. That's the sentencing of Jodi Arias after all this time on HLN.